As if building in an 8x8 space wasn't hard enough, SJIHT Productions, which I'll put a link to his channel down in the description, challenged me to build in a 6x6 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x6. What a challenge that was, guys. Trying to fit all the detail into this build and everything. That was definitely a struggle. It was definitely a struggle for sure. For those of you guys who are new, this is YoMeister238, and lately I've been building some pretty darn small builds, and it's been a challenge, but it's a good challenge too, because it helps me focus on putting a lot more detail into my builds, which I'm really happy with, because it gives me a lot more motivation to make my builds look better and everything. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. You guys can see according to the swivel how it looks. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel too, because if they like Minecraft, hopefully they'll like my channel as well. And maybe, just like Productions, the T Productions right there, if you guys want a shout out as well, give me some great ideas on what to do, and I'll do it in some of my next videos. But with that said, I'm not going to talk too much more. I'll show the materials for this very small build, and I'll see you guys at the end. So as you can see, we have got our little 6x6 square right here. It's 6x6 blocks in the middle with our little grid going around it to show us where to place the blocks. For our materials, the first ones we'll use is going to be bricks. We're going to use andesite and smooth stone slab as well. Now if we get our andesite out, this is actually going to be the base of the build. So from right here, I'll actually just go 1, 2, 3 and 1 right here, or just 1 in the square right there. And we're going to go over 4 with it. So that's 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to get this block and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And basically we're just going to form a rectangle right here and stack it up twice. Then we'll get our bricks out and we'll actually stack up the bricks twice as well, getting around the whole thing. And once we have that done, we'll go ahead and put on the next layer, which is actually going to be where the bedroom is and everything like that. So if we place 1 brick right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over and make another square. And this time what we're going to do is we're actually going to layer this, except we're going to go up 4 times, I believe. So go ahead and layer this up 4 times. Now hopefully that's right, because if it's not, this is just a small little detail in the build that I've already messed up, but I don't think it's messed up. So now that we got that, you can see the building's already starting to take shape. We're going to add some windows real quick. So we're going to have 1 window here, 1 here, a double wide window on this one, and over here, a double wide window on this one as well, with smooth stone slabs going around the top as well. So you can go ahead and add that detail real quick as well. And I think that's actually it for the first part. Let's go ahead and move on to the next part. So these next materials we're going to get is going to be a furnace, a gray concrete scaffolding, oak stairs, oak slab, and ladder as well. And I know these materials right here do look a little strange, but they do help us build interior, which gets us building up. It helps if you're in survival, so that you don't have to try to do a bunch of scaffolding and stuff like that. But let's get our gray concrete out. And the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is actually do the chimney. So if we get our gray concrete right here in this corner, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 over. Then we're actually going to skip this block and we're just going to go up 2 right here. So 2 blocks right there. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll fill this section in right here. So it's a 2 by 3 space filled in right there. And now at this point, we actually, ooh, no, we don't want to block right there. Sorry about that. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and then it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do another 1, 2, 3 right here. Whoops. Just like so. And then we're going to get a kind of cross, like a half cross section right here. As you can see, I'm placing the blocks, and this is kind of what, it's an odd shape, but it does work, I promise you guys. So now that we got that, we'll go ahead and we'll build up 1, 2 right here, and 1 right here as well. And we'll start building up on this layer right here. So we'll go up another 1, 2, 1 right there. And now we're actually going to start building. We're going to break these 2 slabs right here and actually replace that with gray concrete as well. And this is the shape we should be getting right now. And then from there, we'll just go up 2 more on each and every single block. So 2 like that, all the way up. And that should actually be the funky looking chimney done. That is it. And I know it looks a little strange, but this house is under construction, so it's supposed to look a little strange. Now that we got that, we can build a little bit of the interior so that we can actually get up to the roof and everything when we start building all the detailing and whatnot. So we'll get our oak stairs. We'll place 1 upright oak stair here, and then 1 sideways or upside down oak stair right there. And if we walk up, this is actually where our doorway will be. So we can break these 2 blocks, and we might as well break this one as well. And I'm going to turn the floor into furnaces. This is just so that, since it's such a small amount of space, 6 blocks by 6 blocks is not a lot of space at all. This gives us some use out of the floor because it looks nice. It looks like a nice floor, and it also allows us to smelt stuff as well. So now that we got that, we'll get our ladders and we'll go up 1, 2, 3 in this corner right here. We can go ahead and climb up. And we're actually going to take out this wall now that we have the chimney in place so that we have a little bit more room to work with in the house. So we can go ahead and we can take these blocks out as well. And we'll go ahead and add the floor / ceiling of the first floor and second story. And we'll put some oak slabs just going around like so, just around right here. And that should be just about it. Then we'll get the scaffolding and we'll get the scaffolding to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. And this way we can access our roof as well, where there's going to be a lot of resources and materials that we often use. So now that we got that, that should be this part of the build actually done. So let's go ahead and find out what we should do next. There's a lot of detailing and stuff, so I'll go ahead and check to see what we're going to do next. Okay, so what I did, and don't freak out because I know it looks like I just did a bunch of stuff to the house, but in all honesty, all I did was texture. The blocks for texturing we're using is going to be polished andesite, stone, granite, polished granite, gray concrete powder, brick stairs, stone slabs, andesite slabs, oak trapdoors, and white stained glass paint. And what I did basically is I just put a little bit of a mixture of polished andesite and stone to make the base look a little bit more detailed, a little bit nicer, and that adds just a tiny bit of depth, which is always good. For the walls, I actually did break some of these holes. Like I added some holes and just trapdoors and in some spots, and I broke a little bit of this wall right here and placed some more oak trapdoors just to make it look like the building actually has some holes in it and it's just under construction. It hasn't been fully built or cemented down yet. And then I also got some stone brick stairs, and as you can see, there are these tiny little holes, which is a very little bit of amount of detail, but it makes it look like you can see inside, which is always cool. And over here, I did the way I went ahead and textured this was I used granite, I used polished granite, and I used bricks and brick stairs to kind of create a bit of a texture and make it look a little bit nicer too. And then for the chimney, all I really did was add some gray concrete powder. And you can see right here, this is what it looks like. Just added a few splotches here and there to make the chimney look like it's not even fully cemented yet. And that's basically all I actually did. Oh, I also added in the white stained glass paint, and I chose this color just because it was the best color you could see, and I also used some iron bars too. Didn't include that in the materials, but this is what the windows look like, so they're under construction as well. And it just adds a lot of contrast to the red brick that we're just kind of, it looks almost overwhelming, the red brick, but once we start adding more details, it will look better. So with that said, that is all the texturing done though. I'm going to give it a tiny bit of a swivel if you guys want to copy it block for block, since it's really not that hard to copy block for block. But with that tiny bit of a swivel done, I think the next part we'll do is adding some scaffolding or something along those lines. I'll go ahead and see what we're going to do next. Okay, and the materials we can get out for the next part, if we go in our chest, is going to be scaffolding, barrels, crafting table, ladder, oak fence, brick slabs, oak trapdoor, and spruce trapdoor as well. So now that we got it all textured up, what we can go ahead and do is add some scaffolding around the house. This just makes it so that we have more ways and more opportunities to actually get to the top of the house instead of having to go through this very cramped space and try to navigate up here. But what we can go ahead and do is get the scaffolding. We'll put one scaffolding here, then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 scaffolding on this block right here. We'll put 1, 2, 3 in this corner right here. And then we'll go over here, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 scaffolding right there. And I believe that might actually be it for the scaffolding. I might be wrong. I might have to check on that again. But let's go ahead, and we can get our spruce trap doors out as well. If we put 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, and then get our oak fences out, we can make this look like a little bit of a hanging workstation right here that we got going on. So we got 2 fences on either side, and the 4 trapdoors, or the 4 trapdoors right there. And for just a bit more detail, I'm actually going to add an oak trapdoor right there as well. So now that we got that, we can go over on this side and do the exact same thing with the spruce trapdoors. We'll have 1, 2, 3 right here. We get our oak fence out. We'll put 1, 2 oak fence on this block right here. And then we'll put 1, 2 oak fence here, and then 1 actually on the trapdoor as well. And this looks, again, just kind of like this hanging workstation that we got going on right there. And it also provides another way up. If we were to go up our scaffolding right here and go on the trapdoors, we're actually going to add some ladder going to the very top right here so that we can climb onto the roof, because that's where we're going to have a lot of essential items as well. But we can also go over here, and if we climb up this scaffolding right here as well, which, there we go, we can add some ladders on this side, and we can climb up this as well. It's a very parkour-esque build. You can do a lot of jumping around, a lot of climbing and stuff, and it makes it pretty fun, actually. There's multiple ways to get up. I just realized you could get up from here as well and climb up to your roof and stuff. But now the roof that we're actually going to go ahead and build is actually somewhat tricky. It's really not that bad, though. If we go ahead, we'll put 1 brick slab right there, and then right next to it, we'll actually put a crafting table, and then the rest of the roof is going to be made out of barrels. So I'll put 1 barrel here. Ooh, and the crafting table is actually supposed to be on this block, and I just realized. Sorry about that. Brick is supposed to be on that block so that we can place another block on top of it when we need to. And crafting table will go there. 1 barrel right here. We'll have another barrel right there. And then 1 more pointing this way like that. And I think that should be it for this part of the build. If we go inside now, this is what I was talking about being essential. We actually have the roof open so we can open our barrels for more space and craft some stuff as well. It's a little bit of a weird method, but it does work and it makes the build look a lot nicer. And I think what we can actually go ahead and do is Yeah, the brick slab is supposed to be right there too. Sweet. So now that we got that part done, I'll go ahead and look at the next section, which is probably going to be the crane that sits on top of this whole thing. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do next though. So I definitely thought it would be a good idea to actually go ahead and build the crane on top next. So the materials we'll want is some barrels, spruce fence, iron bars, splash water bottle, campfire, spruce slabs, and a spruce trapdoor as well. And we can go ahead and climb up our build real quick, or you could fly if you're building this in creative. But once we get to the very top right here, we'll actually get some scaffolding out too. I forgot about that. We'll actually have some scaffolding. We'll go 1, 2, I think it's 2, 3 up, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's how big it goes. And on this corner right here, we'll get 2 barrels out and we'll place 1, 2 barrels. Then on top of that, we'll put 2 spruce fence. So 1, 2 spruce fence right here. And you can definitely see the crane already starting to come to life. We'll get a spruce trap door and we'll put 1 on this right here. And then we'll go 2, 3, 4 spruce trap doors like that. We'll actually have 1 go on the back as well and point that upwards to make it look, I don't know, I guess crane-y, I guess. It kind of resembles a crane, but yeah. From there, we'll get some iron bars and we'll place 2 iron bars underneath, and then we'll get our spruce slabs and we'll put 1 right here, then 1 on either side like so. And then to make it look like this crane's actually holding something, I just put a campfire and put the campfire out with a splash water bottle or with a water bucket, either or, because that will work either way. And that is the little crane right there, pretty much done. What we can also do is, I totally forgot, but we also have a tripwire hook on it. Just a nice little extra detail right there. I think it's on this block right here. And that just adds just a tiny bit more detail to make the thing look fully finished. But now that we've got that, we can get our iron bars real quick. And before I forget, we'll actually put 2 iron bars right here and 1 iron bar right here on the chimney to make it look more complete. And from there, I think it's really just a bit more of detailing and doing the inside and whatnot. And then you'll have your construction house pretty much underway, pretty much done. So at this point, I decided, you know, what the heck, it's pretty much done. Let's just go ahead and actually paste in the actual build and show you all the small details that I added. And I did want to say, I almost got the scaffolding right. It was 1, 2, 3, but we also put the scaffolding on top of the crafting table as well. So don't forget that. But now that we got that finished, let's go ahead and show the smaller details and the stuff that I put into the build. First of all, I started off by putting some coarse dirt onto the ground to make it look like the construction site, which is actually being worked on, because construction sites, I've never seen them have this nice green grass alongside while they're getting all dirty and working up a storm and everything like that. Another thing we did is I forgot 1 iron bar down here. Gosh dang it. There's always one small detail I forget. But we got that. We went ahead and put a stone cutter underneath so we could actually use this if you're in survival and whatnot. We put a loom and a crafting table right down here in this corner, along with an anvil and a grindstone sitting on top of this little shelf that we actually put right here, so that we get more workstations and some stuff that we'll actually need if you're building this in survival. And let's go ahead and go inside and do the tour actually, because I think the outside was actually pretty much finished already. So when we go inside, obviously the floor is made of furnaces, but I did add some more details. I put a tool or smithing table right there in this corner, along with a smoker right next to it. And then I actually broke a little bit of the wall. Since we have the chimney, we can do this. And right there, I got a beehive, and I put 1 beehive here and 1 trapdoor here to make it look like it's kind of shelf, like a shelving garage kind of unit. And I actually did the same thing right here. I broke these 2 blocks right here and put 2 beehives. And that really works, because earlier you guys saw me put that 1 trapdoor down, and that kind of covers it. And then the fence kind of covers this as well. So it makes the wall, it just blends in and it looks pretty nice. Let's go in though. And we got the ladder that leads up to the next story, and we also got a broom stand as well for more survival related content. We got a bed right here, my famous purple bed that I absolutely love, and I will always love this bed. I don't know why, it's just a part of me now. What I did right here is I actually replaced these brick blocks with brick stairs instead, so that we could put some chests and more storage down here, and an ender chest right there as well. And once again, I did have this ceiling open so that we could have even more barrels, and that's actually why I built this crane out of barrels as well, for even more storage. It's hidden all over the place, which is perfect, so that way you can have what you need when you need it. And I think that might actually just be about it. Not too much detail on the inside, just because it's a pretty small inside, so it's kind of hard to fit a lot of detail into it. But I think that's actually just about it. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was definitely a challenge. I thought designing an 8x8 house was hard, but this is 6x6 house, and just so you guys can see, it is 100% completely in 6x6 blocks, not a single block outside of this perimeter right here. But yeah, it was definitely a challenge. Who knows? Maybe the next thing I'll do is a 5x5, 4x4, and just keep working my way down until I literally can't build any smaller. But yeah, it was definitely fun to design. I've never actually used this block palette except for my hallway inspirations ideas, which if you guys didn't check that out, go ahead and check it out, because it's actually pretty cool. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to shout out to your friends and tell them about this Minecraft channel if you guys like Minecraft, because getting all the support I can and having a lot of new subscribers and everything is always helpful. And I think my builds are decent. I think you guys do too. So thank you guys for all the support though. And with that said, As usual, I don't have much else to say. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. And this has been YoMeister238. Ciao.